Let me hit you with a truth most people don't want to hear. Debt isn't your enemy, it's a weapon. The problem is most of you are using it wrong, swinging it like a toy instead of a sword, cutting yourself instead of carving out wealth. In 2025 the game's changing fast, interest rates are shifting, inflation's biting, opportunities are popping, and if you don't get smart about debt you're going to get crushed under the weight of your own ignorance. There's good debt and bad debt, and the difference is night and day, life and death for your finances. Bad debt buys junk cars, vacations, shiny stuff that sucks your bank account dry and leaves you with nothing. Good debt buys assets, property, businesses, things that put cash in your pocket while you sleep. Flip the script, stop borrowing to bleed out your future and start borrowing to build something real. That's how you win, and I'm going to break it down so you can't miss it. No excuses. Here's the deal. The average person hears debt and freaks out like it's a four-letter word. They've been brainwashed by parents, teachers, and TV to think all borrowing is evil, a trap to avoid at all costs, unless you want to end up in a cardboard box. That's a lie, a big fat crippling lie keeping them broke, scared and stuck. Debt's not a monster, it's a tool like a hammer or a gun. You can use it to build a house, to forge a fortune, or you can smash your thumb, shoot your foot and bleed out. Most people choose the bleeding, they take out loans for dumb, pointless stuff. A $40,000 car loan at 7% interest for a hunk of metal that loses half its value the second you drive it off the lot. 5 years later it's a rust bucket and you're still paying. A $5,000 vacation on a credit card at 18%, gone in a week leaving you with blurry photos and a bill that haunts you for years. That's bad debt, money out the door, no return, just a gaping hole in your life. It's a chain around your neck, a ball and chain you forged yourself because you didn't know better. Now flip that around, turn it on its head. Good debt's the opposite. It's a lever, a power move, a calculated strike. It's borrowing to buy something that makes you money, not costs you money, something that fights for you instead of against you. Think property, a rental house you snag with a $200,000 loan at 5%. The tenants pay $2,000 a month, that's $24,000 a year. Your mortgage, taxes and upkeep run you $15,000 a year. You're pocketing $9,000 pure profit, and the property's value climbs while someone else pays it off for you. That's good debt. Your money's working, hustling, building. Or picture this. You take a $50,000 loan at 6% to start a side business, e-commerce, a service gig, something lean and mean. It pulls in $80,000 a year after costs. You pay off the loan in 2 years and the rest is yours, forever. That's good debt, borrowing to build an asset that pays you back and then keeps paying. In 2025, with real estate cycles shifting, tech exploding and remote work rewriting the rules, opportunities like this are everywhere, but only if you've got the guts to grab them and the brains to see the difference. Let's talk bad debt first, because you need to see the trap clearly, feel the sting of it. It's the stuff society sells you as normal, the garbage they convince you need to live a little. A car loan at 7% interest for a depreciating pile of steel. 5 years later, it's worth $10,000 if you're lucky and you're still coughing up payments. Credit card debt at 18% for a big screen TV or a fancy steak dinner. The thrill's gone in an hour, but the interest keeps piling up like a bad rash. Student loans at 6% for a degree that doesn't even land you a job. $50,000 down the drain. Decades of payments for a piece of paper collecting dust. That's bad debt. You're spending tomorrow's money on yesterday's junk, trading your future for a fleeting high. Every dollar you owe on that crap is a dollar you can't use to build wealth, a dollar chaining you to a paycheck you hate. It's a vampire sucking your future dry, your dreams, your freedom, and you invited it in because you bought the lie that it's just how life works. Good debt's a different beast. It's strategic, not stupid, deliberate, not desperate. Picture this again because you need to feel it. You borrow $200,000 at 5% to buy that rental property. Tenants move in, pay $2,000 a month, $24,000 a year. Your costs are $15,000, mortgage, insurance, a leaky faucet here and there. You're clearing $9,000 a year, and in 10 years the place is worth $300,000 while the debt's half gone. That's good debt. Your tenant's money pays the bank and you win twice. Cash flow now, equity later. Or take that $50,000 business loan, say it's an online store selling niche gear. You hustle, it makes $80,000 a year after expenses. Loan's gone in 2 years and you've got a cash machine spitting out profits. That's good debt, borrowing to plant a seed that grows into a money tree. In 2025, with AI reshaping industries, remote work opening markets, and real estate teetering between deals and disasters, these moves are ripe, but you've got to see them, seize them, make them yours. Here's the mindset mindset shift you need to burn into your brain. Stop fearing debt and start mastering it. Own it like a boss. Most people see a loan as a burden, a bill to dread, a weight on their shoulders. That's because they're using it wrong, buying liabilities that drag them down instead of assets that lift them up. Flip the script. See debt as leverage, a turbocharger, a way to get ahead faster than saving nickels and dimes ever could. You think the rich pay cash for everything, counting out stacks like some cartoon. No way. They borrow smart, use other people's money to buy what pays them, what multiplies their wealth while they sip coffee. In 2025, cash is losing value faster than ever. Inflation's chewing it up at 5%, 6%, maybe more. Hoarding it in a bank at 1% while prices climb. That's not safe. That's slow motion suicide, watching your buying power rot. Good debt lets you strike while the iron's hot, turning borrowed dollars into wealth engines that outrun the economic grind. But don't get cocky. Good debt takes discipline, not dumb luck. You can't just borrow and pray, crossing your fingers like a kid at a slot machine. Educate yourself. Know what you're buying, know it cold. For property, study the market like a hawk. Rents in the area, vacancy rates, appreciation trends. Don't guess, no. For a business, crunch the numbers hard. Revenue potential, startup costs, competition, can it pay, or is it a pipe dream? In 2025, interest rates might climb, so lock in fixed loans if you can. Don't get caught with variable rates that jump and choke you. Bad debt's easy. You sign, you spend, you suffer. Good debt's work, hard work. You research, you plan, you execute with precision. Most people won't do that work. They're too lazy, too scared. They'd rather swipe a card for a new couch or a weekend getaway than study a rental deal or a business plan. That's why they're broke, drowning in payments for junk they don't even care about anymore, and that's why you don't have to be. Let's get real about 2025 because the clock's ticking and the stakes are high. The economy's a wild card. Tech's booming with AI and automation, housing shifting with supply crunches and rate hikes. Inflation's lurking like a shark under the surface. Bad debt's a death sentence in this climate. Every pointless loan you've got ties you to a sinking ship, dragging you under when the waves hit. Good debt's your lifeboat, your battleship. It buys assets that float, that thrive, no matter what. Property's still king if you pick the right spots. Growing cities with jobs, stable rents, not overpriced suburbs. Businesses tied to AI, green tech, or remote work. That's where the cash is flowing. New markets, new needs, new money. Borrow to get in now, while the herd's still asleep and prices are still reachable. Waiting's for suckers. By the time it feels safe, the rich have already scooped up the deals and left you the scraps. Here's a practical kickstart because talk's cheap, action's what counts. Look at your life right now, today, no delays. Got bad debt, car loans, credit cards, useless stuff, piling up interest. Start killing it, pay it down fast. Stop adding more, cut the bleeding. Free up your cash flow, your breathing room, for good debt. Then find one asset, maybe a duplex in a solid neighborhood, maybe a small online gig you can fund with a $10,000 loan. Run the numbers like your life depends on it. Does it pay more than it costs? Cash in versus cash out. If yes, move. Call the bank. Sign the papers. If no, keep looking. Don't settle. Start small, but start. $10,000 can turn into $20,000 a year if you're sharp, if you pick right. In 2025, banks are still lending, rates are still workable. Use that window before it slams shut. Don't have perfect credit. Fix it fast. Pay late bills, cut overspending, get lean. Debt's a weapon, but you need a clean slate to wield it right. No excuses, no whining. Risk's part of the deal. Grow up and get over it. Bad debt's risky because it's a bottomless pit. No return, just regret. A black hole of dumb decisions. Good debt's risky too, but it's calculated, it's smart. Property values can dip, tenants can skip rent, businesses can stumble. Sure, it happens. So what? Mitigate it. Buy below market value. Screen tenants who pay on time. Choose ventures with proven demand, not trendy gambles. Most people think no debt is safe, that hiding from loans keeps them cozy. Wrong, dead wrong. Zero debt means zero leverage, zero growth, while inflation eats your savings alive at 5% a year or more. In 2025, sitting on cash is riskier than borrowing smart. Prices are climbing, opportunities are shrinking, and cash is losing its punch. Good debt's your shield and your sword. Use it to fight, or lose out to those who do. The crowd's your enemy here. Always has been, always will be. They're drowning in bad debt. Mortgages for McMansions they can't afford. Loans for boats they never use. Leases for cars they can't keep up with. They think debt's a lifestyle, a status symbol, not a tool to build with. You, be different. Be smarter. When they're financing a trip to Vegas or a new jet ski, you're financing a rental that pays your bills, or a business that funds your freedom. When they're crying about interest rates spiking, you're collecting checks from assets you bought cheap, while they weren't looking. The herd's blind, brain dead, stumbling into the slaughterhouse of bad debt. Don't follow them, don't even glance their way. Good debt's contrarian. It's quiet, unsexy, powerful as hell. Bad debt's loud, flashy, fatal, pure poison. Time's your ally if you move fast. Your secret weapon, if you stop dragging your feet. In 2025, the window's open, tech's exploding with new plays. Properties ripe in the right places, if you know where to look. Borrow now, buy assets now, and in 5 years, you're sitting on cash flow, rents rolling in, profits piling up, while the debt's paid off by someone else's money. Wait, procrastinate, make excuses, and you're stuck. Rates climb, prices jump, and you're whining about missed chances, like a kid who didn't do his homework. Good debt compounds, rents rise with inflation, businesses grow with demand, profits stack higher every year. Bad debt compounds too, interest piles up, stress piles up, broke stays broke, and you're the fool who let it happen. Every day you waste is a day the rich get richer off what you could have owned. Time doesn't care about your feelings, and neither does the bank. Let's talk reality, because this isn't a fairy tale, it's a fight. Most people lose because they're lazy, mentally lazy, financially lazy, bone deep lazy. They won't learn the difference between good debt and bad debt, won't even try. They'd rather lease a car than lease a building, rather finance a new phone than a cash flow property. They'd rather binge TV, scroll social media, numb out than crack open a book or study a balance sheet. That's their funeral. They'll die in debt, owing thousands for junk they don't even want anymore, blaming the system for their empty pockets. You? No excuses, not one. The info's out there, books, websites, free data, podcasts, all at your fingertips. Pick one asset type. Property, a business, whatever calls you, and dive in deep. Learn it cold, rents, margins, risks, rewards. Then borrow smart, buy smart, build smart, execute, like your future's on the line, because it is. Debt's not the problem, they are, and you're not them. One more thing, and listen close, don't trust the hype, don't trust anyone blindly. Banks push bad debt hard, 0% car loans, dream home, mortgages for houses you don't need, because they profit when you bleed, when you're stuck paying forever. Flip that, make them profit when you win. Negotiate terms like a shark, shop rates, lock in what works, walk away from junk deals. Good debt's your deal, not theirs, your weapon, your terms. If a loan doesn't buy an asset that pays you, cash in your hand, month after month, walk away, no hesitation. Banks don't care about your dreams, they care about their bottom line. Use them, don't let them use you. Let's get practical, one more time, because you need a map, not just a rant. Step 1, audit your life today, right now. List every debt you've got. Car loan, credit card, that stupid furniture payment, that's bad debt. Kill it, pay it down fast. Sell the junk, cut the fat, stop the bleeding. Step 2, free up $500, $1,000, whatever you can, every dollar counts. Step 3, find one good debt play. A $10,000 loan for a rental condo, $800 a month in rent, $600 in costs, $2,000 a year in your pocket, or a $5,000 loan for a side gig, website, delivery route, something simple that nets $10,000 a year. Run the numbers twice, revenue minus costs equals profit, or it's a no-go. Step 4, move, call the lender, sign the deal, make it real. In 2025, you can still get 5% loans, still find deals. Don't wait for 8% and regret it. Here's the bottom line, carve it into your skull. Debt's your weapon in 2025. Wield it right, or it'll cut you down where you stand. Bad debt buys junk, cars, vacations, garbage that leaves you broke, begging, and bitter. Good debt buys assets, property, businesses, machines that pump cash into your life while you watch the fools flounder. Flip the script. Stop borrowing to bleed out your future and start borrowing to build something real, something lasting. The rich use debt to get richer, leveraging it like pros. The poor use it to stay poor, drowning in their own stupidity. In 2025, the stakes are higher, tech's shifting, money's moving, inflation's eating, and time's ticking louder than ever. Get sharp, get in the game, or get left behind, with nothing but excuses. Debt's not your master, it's your muscle, your firepower. Use it to win, or lose everything. No in between, no mercy.